You know, there's some light going on up in this thing. Dark. There's some light going on. You know, I don't know what they ain't on. You feel me? Why they ain't on the Raiders? Telling me. You feel me? How y'all doing? You feel me? Live hipping with GDP, man. You feel me? I want to talk about the Raiders and what y'all think of Clint Kubiak and what should it be his first move? What should be his first move on being the head coach of the Raiders, man? What should he do? You know, I say, and as far as trading Khalil Mack, I don't think he should trade Khalil Mack. I think he should keep Khalil Mack. I mean, not Khalil Mack. I'm tripping. Max Crosby. And perhaps if he can, bring in Khalil Mack. You know what I mean? Bring him on in. What y'all think? What y'all think? People in the chat, talk to me. What y'all think about keeping Mad Max? You know, Mad Max, keep him and let's move. Yeah, Super Bowl. Super Bowl was cool. I think Super Bowl was all right. You know, as far as him being the offensive coordinator that he was, being that, you know, he up against another good defense. So like they said, you know, he played a meaningful game, didn't turn the ball over, and was conservative. You feel me? Take the points and you see what it do, no matter if it's 4 field goals or no field goals. Take the points, you know? Take the points and yeah. Yeah. I think he's gonna do a good job with us. But you know, you see how he used the running back, he used the tight end, you know what I mean? And he balanced the game off. And we have that in Oakland, in Vegas. Well, you know, we have Genty and we also have Bowers, you know. So I'm just loving it, you know. And I was always a fan of Gruden, you know. I wanted Gruden to excuse me, to come back and be the head coach. But you know, Kubiak, he's a good offensive mind coach, you know. And let's hope he get the right pieces around him as far as other coaches that, you know, they can all get on one page and make us great again, you know, because that's what it's about. We deserve it. We deserve it like a mug, you know. And I'm just keeping it 100. You feel me? You know, that's how you roll up, speed for sure. Thumb thick, baby. Gotta have a big. Yeah, I'm just enjoying it. The reaction. I actually won a few dollars off prize picks the other day. So shout out to prize picks. You know what I mean? Putting me in the game. That was nice. You know, I'm loving that. But yeah, ooh, so hey, it is what it is. You know, but like I said, I like how he did what he had to do in that game yesterday. If you don't agree, you know, put it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. You know, like and subscribe, y'all. Shout out to the people who's looking, tapping in, liking, subscribe. GDP, you know, smoking. We could talk about whatever. I'm here, you know. And yeah, I ain't got no music going. Got a little Tito's going on, you know. That's what I do got. Shout out to Tito's. Keeping it right, you know, 100. Tito's. Good people, you know. Good people, you know. Y'all fuck with Tito's. Shout out to Tito's. Making it great, you know. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm about. Appreciate it. How y'all doing tonight? You know, Himping with GDP. For to talk about the Raiders. If you're a Raider fans, tap in. Tell me what you think about the Kubiak hire and what should be his first move. You know, Himping with GDP. Oh, Himping with GDP. You know, Easy. What's up, Easy? How you doing, brother? Mm-hmm. Carlo. You know, Cali Lit. Cali Lit, GDP. You know, Raider Nation. How y'all doing? You know, I had that Marshawn up in there. Tap into that Marshawn. You feel me? That beast mode, that Mac Trayvon. You know, you feel me? So what you all think about the Raiders or the Super Bowl? What y'all think about the Super Bowl? How y'all feel about it? And Kubiak, our new head coach. You know, let's get some music going on. We ain't got no music, no sounds. You feel me? I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping off no music, no sounds. We just chilling in the lab, of course. You know, trying to figure out what can we do or what should we do. You know, Raider Nation. Isn't good? Feel good to be a Raider again. You know, y'all see it. You see it. You see it. Raider Nation, man. Raider Nation. We're gonna get some music going on in a minute. Give me a second. I'm gonna tap on in with some free music, some free sounds. You know. Mm-hmm. We live. GDP in the lab. You know. Raiders. Raider Nation. You know. You see it. Dusty Mono. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. Oh, I ain't got my music on. You feel me? Mm, 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 mm. My music. So, you know. I can't say nothing. Oh, wait. Yeah. Yeah, that's some real good him. You know? Oh. Listen to your voice singing in your soul. Mm-hmm. There's an app that does exactly that. That was me, all right. You know? Yeah. That's all we doing. Checking a little paper. You know? How y'all doing? GDP. Mm-hmm. What y'all smoking on out there? Huh? What y'all smoking on? Y'all ain't smoking out there? You know, we just smoking, chopping it up, living. Mm-hmm. You know, nice, some of that old school music, having a shot of Tito's. Mm-hmm. Of course, you know. But yeah. I'm thinking about that music. You feel me? Yeah. But then, anyway, I really want to discuss the Raiders, you know, and talk about what can we do to change our whole dynamics. What can Clint Kubiak do? What can he come in and do to help us out with our, you feel me? Because right now we got to get back to business, you know? Wow, y'all see it's right everything over here, baby. You know? Fuck it. That's how we move. Mm-hmm. Smoke it, chief it, big cheap toilet paper, GDP, you know? I mm, you know? Mm-hmm. We live, feel me? Pimping with GDP, you feel me? What y'all smoking on out there, you know? Feeling Reaction Monday, you know? What y'all want to talk about? Feel me? Talk to me. Holler back. I can talk. You understand me? Yeah. Mm. Tick-tocking, Rick rocking. Well, let's see about nigga finesse right there. That nigga fool. That nigga say, you know, kick rocks with your flip flops. That nigga's a fool. You feel me? But yeah. Anyway, um, I'm just live, man, chilling, fucking around on this good Monday night. I'm tripping, thinking it's Saturday. It's a Monday night, and I'm just enjoying my night. You feel me? Smoking on a piece of tree. You feel me? Some of that good Cali bud. Yes, there be. Yeah. Having a shot of Tito's for those who get down with Tito's. You know. But yeah, it's good to know that we got a nice little um quarterback now. That we're gonna get a quarterback. We're gonna get good coach. You know, hopefully it take us in the right direction. What y'all think? You know, tell me what y'all think in the chat. What y'all think? Where we going? Where can we go with it? How far can we go with it? You know, with Kubiak, with Genty, with Brock Bowers, and with GDP. You know, where can we go with it? You feel me? But yeah, I ain't doing nothing, y'all. Enjoying myself, having a shot of Tito's. Live. And as you can see, I'm just smoking on this him. What y'all doing? What y'all doing? Donnie? What you doing, Donnie? What you doing, Donnie? You know? Yeah, I ain't doing that, man. Hipping, you know? Trying to figure out what can we do with the Raiders. And where can we take it? Like, we got the new coach. He already landed today. We got a good running back. We got a good tight end. What do y'all think should be his first move? Where should he take us? Where you think he can take us? Being that in the Super Bowl, if you think about it, he used this tight end and his running back a lot. I'm gonna keep saying that because I was watching that. So tell me what y'all think in the chat. You know, if you're there, you streaming, you watching. Tell me what you think. You know, should we trade Max Crosby? You know, I don't think so. I think you build around him. You feel me? You want to be there, you build around him. We got enough money. Build around him. Bring in a different quarterback, Carr perhaps, because Carr now he back in the mix. Bring him in, let him lead the youngster, train him up, you know, guide him, and let's see where he can take it. You know, I'm just sitting here chilling. Hi, you know, what's your reaction from the Super Bowl? Do you think it was a entertaining Super Bowl? You know, do you think it was garbage, trash? What do you think? Me personally, I think it was two great defenses. You know, and you had to play chess. You know, with the ball, possession. You know, and Seattle did it the best yesterday. But yeah, Uncle Todd. You know, Uncle Todd. Um, mm-hmm. GDP live. You know, um, yeah, I fucking with it. I ain't fucking with it. You know, I don't promote it. I'm just smoking, lounging, trying to figure out. You know, y'all talk to me. What do y'all think? Should we keep Max Crosby or should we trade him? Can we get draft capital? Yes. Do you want to rebuild? You know, and when you have a good defense, you just get a couple more players around them, you know, and a solid cornerback, you know, and I believe we can move forward with that, you know, apply enough pressure on the opposing quarterback. And yes, I believe we should keep Max Crosby, build around him, and yes, bring in another nice defensive coordinator and work with him. Like I say, you know, I love the Raiders, Raiders lighter everything. You know, I'm smoking him constantly, breathing, you know, and guess what? Uh, you know, hmm the world ain't ready for the 2026 Raiders. Believe that. Hey, what you smoking on, boy? You high? Yeah. Just a believer. You know how it be every off season of Raiders. You know, we go crazy. Oh, we finna do this, we finna do that. But I just got a good feeling this time. You know, you got the number one Raider sports talk out, Mitchell Wrench. You know, I follow him. Shout out to Mitchell Wrench. You know, he give you all the top insights on everything. So you guys follow him. You know, also follow him from GDP too. You understand me? So yeah, because we sit up here, we talk shit, and we smoke him. So you know, and yeah, you know, yeah. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Here with GDP, I see my hookup, man. You know, Mac Dre, all my Raider fans. Feel me? Dre had that cow, represent that cow. You know, we represent the Raiders. You know, Raider Nation, him blowing, doing what we do. Mm-hmm. Live. You know, if you have a question and you feel like, go ahead, spit it on out. You know, GDP, what's your thought on this? What's your thought on that? You know, they gave you $10,000, or they told you to spend 2 nights in jail. What would you do? 20,000, 10,000, or 2 nights in jail. What would you do? What you do? Tell me. Talk to me. Have a shot at that Tito's again. We just gonna have a shot tonight, y'all. We ain't doing too much. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't do too much tonight. Got to get back to that ship tomorrow and put them hours in. You feel me? Yeah, I'm having drinks because it's a lot going on. You know, behind the scenes. It's 11 o'clock at night. What y'all got going on? What y'all smoking on? What y'all cooking on? What y'all eating on? You feel me? What y'all drinking on? You know? Mm, I'm just smoking me some good hemp and enjoying the night. A lot of music you hear. Some of it I got the rights to. Some of it I don't. You feel me? So don't try to sue me when y'all see it. But you feel me? Every song I play, I got the rights to. So I ain't that crazy. Feel me? We live right there. Pivot with GDP in the lab. Feel me? I want to talk about the Raiders, but I can't get nobody to respond and say anything about it. So, I just stick to what I'm talking about. You know? Mm, we're getting a whole new regime. They got rid of everybody. So we're getting a whole new regime. Just hope everybody be on the same page. It might take a year to jail, but then you got to look at the other teams, man. It took a year for Drake May. Now he a full year. Now he at the Super Bowl. So we're gonna have to just give it a chance. We can't just jump the gun and think, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. No, it's gonna take a minute. We're gonna have to get players to jail and work together and and figure it out. And then I guarantee you, we do our thing. Yes. Oh, my joint getting gone. You feel me? What y'all gonna do? I'm reacting. I'm just loving, and there's a lot of things that the Raiders could do. A lot of things. We have a lot of money. So you don't have to worry about the money part. We just need to worry about making the right decisions. Mm. The right decisions, and the Raiders will be back on the map. I'm telling you. Mm. Smoking that hemp, you know what I'm saying? GDP. I want to make sure everything is everything. You know. Live in the lab. Just gotta stay with it. You know what I mean? Every with GDP, man. We in the lab. Live once again. No reactions about the Super Bowl. I guess everybody think it was trash. I don't. It was a nice thing. You just gotta give it up. It wasn't our team, and if it was our team and it was defense, and we still pulled it out 12-9, which y'all say it was trash. You know what I mean? It's a victory. Give it up to them. Shout out to Seattle. Their defense was better than ours. I mean, better than the Patriots. That ours better than the Patriots. You feel me? You know. Yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely. You know what I mean? I'm a pop black. I'm damn serious. You know what I mean? Just jamming to some of the old school songs in the lab, man. Yeah. Once again, see my host. Feel me? Derek Carr, Cal football, old school Raiders stadium. I got from my homeboy. But I had him sign it. Sign it, man. Why would you sign it? No. Uh, mm-hmm. 20, 26 minutes in, you know what I mean? And yeah. GP, we're gonna end up signing out and take it on down and yeah. I'm just looking at the jam. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's go. You feel me? That's C.G.I. That's when we was doing our thing. You know what I mean? I love you too. You know what I mean? Most definitely. Believe it or not, you know. Tito's. Shout out to Tito's again, They need to come get at me. Feel me? Much money I spent on y'all. Come holler at me. But yeah, we're gonna get ready to sign on out, y'all, and check back with me. You know what I mean? Like and subscribe. You feel me? Helping with GDP. I'll be back, you feel me? Tomorrow evening, same time, same back channel. Fuck with me. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're gonna end it and thank y'all for joining and tapping in, like and subscribe. And when get them notifications, tap on in. Love y'all.